Northern Gyeongsang Province is the heartland of Korea's Confucian tradition, home to 3 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. For over 600 years during the Joseon Dynasty, 1392 to 1910, this region cultivated scholarly values that shaped Korean society. The Nakdong River Valley's geography provided ideal conditions for Confucian academies, Seowon, and clan villages to flourish. Today, these sites preserve not just architecture, but living traditions, from ancestral rites to mask dances, offering a rare window into Korea's philosophical past. Hahoe Village, established in the 14th century, is Korea's most intact Yangban, noble clan settlement. The Kim and Ryu families maintained strict Confucian hierarchies here for generations. Notable features include the 600-year-old Samsondong Kova tree, designated a natural monument, and the Hahoe mask dance, a satirical performance mocking aristocratic hypocrisy. The tile-roofed Yangban houses contrast with thatched commoners' homes, physically manifesting social order. UNESCO recognized Hahoe in 2010 for preserving this living museum of Joseon-era village life. Founded in 1572, Byeongsan Seowon exemplifies Joseon-era Confucian education. This hillside academy trained scholars in Neo-Confucian texts like Ju Shi's works, emphasizing moral cultivation. Its layout follows Senbi ideals. Lecture halls face south for sunlight, while living quarters nestle against protective mountains. The Dongjae study rooms display original 16th century calligraphy tools and inkstones. Remarkably, Yongsan maintained academic activities continuously until 1871, when Seowons were abolished during modernization reforms. Ryu Seong-ryong, 1542 to 1607, Hahoe Village's most revered scholar, shaped Korea's Confucian identity. As chief state counselor during the Imjin War, 1592 to 98, he applied Confucian ethics to governance, documented in his war memoir Jingbairok. At Byeongsan Seowon, students still analyze his teachings on silak, practical learning, which advocated adapting Confucianism to real-world problems. His portrait in the shrine hall depicts him holding a ceremonial tablet, symbolizing unwavering moral principles during national crises. Established in 1543, Sosu Seowon pioneered Korea's Seowon system. Unlike government schools, it emphasized independent scholarship under Neo-Confucian master Togye Yi Hwang. The complex includes unique features like Gyeongsang Seowon, a shrine honoring Chinese sage Confucius alongside Korean scholars, reflecting intellectual exchange. Its library preserved rare woodblock printed texts, some surviving 16th century Japanese invasions. UNESCO highlights Sosu Seowon as the prototype for 700-plus academies built during the Joseon Dynasty's Confucian revival. At Sosu Seowon, biannual Jesa rites demonstrate Confucian filial piety. Participants in white hemp robes arrange offerings like duck, rice cakes, and dried fish on lacquered tables, following exacting protocols from the Jujagiri manual. The ceremony's 21 steps include burning incense, pouring wine libations, and deep bows, each motion symbolizing respect for ancestors' wisdom. These rites, unchanged since the 1500s, were designated an important intangible cultural heritage in 1986 for preserving Korea's spiritual traditions. All 3 UNESCO sites exemplify Byeongsan, the Confucian ideal integrating architecture with nature. Hahoe Village curves with the Nakdong River's flow. Byeongsan Seowon aligns its axis to surrounding peaks. Sosu Seowon's pavilions frame mountain vistas like living paintings. This philosophy stems from Feng Shui principles and Neo-Confucian naturalism. Studies show these locations were deliberately chosen for geomantic harmony, with topography believed to concentrate Qi energy beneficial for scholarship and moral development. Historical records detail Joseon scholars' disciplined routines at these sites. Days began before dawn with Gyeongsan, scripture reading, followed by debates in lecture halls. Afternoons were spent composing poetry or practicing calligraphy with handmade brushes. Evenings closed with sangso, reflective journaling by oil lamps. Physical labor like tending vegetable gardens was mandatory, embodying the Confucian balance of mental and physical cultivation. This holistic education produced leaders like 16th century Prime Minister Ryu Seong-ryong. Designated in 2019, these sites' UNESCO status acknowledges decades of conservation work. Traditional artisans use 16th century techniques: hanji paper repairs, red pine wood joinery without nails, and chunengmun tile making. Digital archiving preserves fragile texts, while visitor numbers are capped to prevent erosion. Local communities play key roles. Hahoe villagers perform mask dances, while Seowon descendants lead ancestral rites. This living heritage approach sets a global benchmark for cultural preservation. The enduring influence of these sites appears in modern Korea's emphasis on education, respect for elders, and communal harmony. Hahoe Village's clan governance inspired contemporary corporate culture. Seowon teaching methods inform elite universities. As sunset gilds Hahoe's rooftops, visitors ponder how Confucian ideals, from meritocracy to environmental harmony, remain relevant. These UNESCO sites aren't mere relics, but living bridges connecting Joseon-era wisdom to 21st-century challenges.